Hey there everyone, and welcome back to another Power Ranger Beast Morphers review. This time we're reviewing episode 5, Taking Care of Business. So this episode was very well paced. Once again, the pacing was really well done. For some reason, like the pacing for Beast Morphers, it doesn't seem to slow down for me until you get to the Megazord battle, because the Megazord battle, not everyone's going to be in the Megazord at the same time. Not everyone calls for the Megazord. It usually goes the Red Ranger, gets on cruise, he gets in his Megazord, then he fights the monsters while everyone else fights the monsters on the ground. And that's what makes it feels like it drags for me for a while, but overall, this was a very entertaining episode. It had a good lesson in the end. The lesson was very well done, but overall it was a really good episode. So episode 5 of Taking Care of Business opens with Devon and his father at a car wash called Sudsy's, and Devon's dad got Devon a job at the car wash because he wants to teach Devon about responsibility and having a job, because as we know in the first episode, Devon doesn't really have a job. He's got a secret job being a Power Ranger, but he's got to keep that a secret for now. So Devon gets the job, and because of the emergencies of monsters attacking and being caught to Battle Grid HQ, he has to leave work because of an emergency. And him leaving work because of an emergency is sort of what gets him fired at the end of the episode. And this is sort of the lesson they teach for Beast Morphers this episode, because Devon's responsibility was his job, but also being a ranger. But the lesson was he can't drop work because he's a ranger and he has to, just basically stick to that job. You can't really leave work for nothing, even if it's an emergency. And because he left work like those 2 or 3 times, eventually he was fired from the car wash. And I'm glad that Devon actually lost his job, and I'm not saying that in a cynical way or a mean-spirited way. I'm kind of glad that Devon lost his job at the car wash, because it shows that his actions throughout the episode had consequences. Even though he was tending to his ranger duties to save people, he lost his real-life job because of that. And I'm sure if this episode was written like any worse, he would have got given a second chance, but nope, he lost his job just like that. Now we might get it back in the upcoming episodes, but I doubt it, because Sudsy was very straight, saying if you run off like that, you're fired, and Devon did get fired. So it's cool that the boss actually stuck to his guns and fired Devon. Unfortunately for Devon, he lost his job, but they actually stuck to their guns. He didn't get a second chance. It was like, hey, if you leave, you're fired, and Devon got fired. And this episode we're also introduced to General Burke, who was Benny and Betty's father. But this episode we are also introduced to the concept that after their battles in the Megazord, and after the battles with the Tronics and the Giga Drones, bits and pieces of the giant monsters are being left around the city. And it's never established in a Power Ranger series. I could be wrong on this one, but it's never established what happens to the giant monsters after they're destroyed. They're usually just destroyed and blown up, but with this one, because they're robots, they've got arms and bits and pieces lying around in the battlefield. And that's really cool, because the Rangers go on pick up patrol and they pick up the scraps, and they're going to be turning them into weapons for Battle Grid HQ. They're gonna find something new to use them. Benny and Betty, they also turn a Tronic into a dog, which is basically a guy in a Tronic suit with boots on his feet and arms, and he's walking around very awkwardly. So that actor, whoever did that, props to him, because that must have been really awkward to walk in, because you see just his posture and the way he's moving. It's not CGI, he's walking very awkwardly. So the Rangers gather Giga Drone and Tronic parts, and as they're gathering it for Nate, you get a really good cameo. And if you know what's coming up in future Beast Morpher episodes, and you catch the little Easter egg, the little helmet that goes by for like a split second, you know what's coming. I'm not going to spoil it, I'm going to have it show up on the screen, but if you know what's coming, then props to you, because that means something big is going to be happening in the next few episodes. Is it a new Ranger? Is it a new Beast Bot? Who knows, keep watching to find out. Also, before they cut away to Ravi and Zoe talking to Nate in the lab, you have this really disgusting pan shot. And I know that you guys don't really care about the camera work stuff, but I'll just have a small clip of it, and just how quickly it janks up. It was really off-putting, and as a freelance camera operator who's done a few camera work here and there, my panning isn't always the best either, but just seeing that on a show like Beast Morphers, oh my god, it was so off-putting. So the Rangers have their first fight with Blaze and the monster of the day, and what I found really cool about the way this fight started out Zoe and Ravi, they don't teleport there. They don't run there. They don't have super speed like Devon. They have to get driven there by a four-wheel drive, like a special Beast Morphers limo. And that is really funny that like Grid Battle Force provides them with transport or where to go when fighting the monsters that are in really far locations, because old season they'd teleport there, or by the power of time jump they'd be there really fast, or by convenient the monster will show up. But no, this monster's really far away, so we gotta get a lift there, and that's a really cool touch. Also, Zoe and Ravi get exhausted out of their suits, so they are forced to demorph. And what's really cool about this scene as well, it brings up what was brought up in episode 2, where if they overheat their suits or overheat their powers, they have to recharge, because you see Ravi cooling himself down with a little electric fan, and you see Zoe eating carrots, and that's just a really cool touch. If you caught onto it, you caught onto it, but it's cool that they are bringing back those things into the show. Also, Blaze and the Buzzsaw monster get the greatest idea that's ever been done in the show from my knowledge, and that is destroying their communicators so they can't get alerted to when there's a monster attack, because if the commander never showed up to Devon's work, the bad guys would have gotten away with a lot more morph-x than they got like 300 tons, but they would have gotten away with much more if they never got alerted to what happened. And I find that really cool that the Buzzsaw monster destroyed the communicators with their sword in half, but the phones had those freaking otter cases on, and they looked less destroyed. So that was really cool that they actually destroyed the communicators so they wouldn't be in contact. But after that, you have the final fight, which was a really cool final fight. It was done in that New Zealand stadium, I think, that people caught them filming at like months ago. So that was a really cool touch once again. So we get to the final fight, and overall it's a pretty good final fight. They defeat the monster and save the day. That fight at the New Zealand stadium, I believe it is, that was a really cool fight. I enjoyed that, but they destroy the monster, they destroy the Gigadrone. End of the day, everyone's saved. And then you get this moment where Devon calls his father, and his father's disappointed that he got fired from his job. But then you see them in the gym slash recreation center, whatever you want to call it. They're watching TV, and Devon's dad makes a speech on the TV saying how I'm very proud to have the Power Rangers save the city, and whoever you are, you have my thanks, and I'm very proud of you. And then Zoe and Ravi reassure them saying, hey, your father's proud of you, he just doesn't know who you are. So maybe later down the line we'll get the reveal that Devon's father finds out that Devon's a Power Ranger. It'll probably sort of be like in Time Force, who knows how they'll handle it, but I get the feeling that Devon's father will find out that he's a Power Ranger eventually. So overall, it's a pretty good episode of Power Ranger Beast Morphers. I enjoyed it quite a bit, and I can't wait to keep watching it each week, because Beast Morphers, it's really good. It's one of the better, newer seasons, and I really do enjoy it. Hasbro has picked up their game. I've said that every week, but Hasbro just keep impressing me each episode. So what did you guys think of the episode? Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? Tell me in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the episode. Let's get some sort of discussion going. Anyways, I'm going to wrap up the video here. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a wonderful day. Peace out.